His name is Chris Vernon, and the reason we're having him on is because he is he would like you to believe that he is the king of Memphis basketball media. And with Emoni Bates committing, we had to call our Memphis guy, get him on the show. And Verno, give us a vibe check first of all. What is the vibe in the city of Memphis right now?
It seems on 400 right now.
Yes, on 4 million. I mean, because look, people are already excited about the Grizzlies because of the way they ended the season, knocking out the Warriors and then playing in the playoffs, and John Morant having 40 in a playoff game, and so. Yes. Everybody was already geeked up for that. And then these last couple of weeks of Memphis Tigers news, really the last, 2 months, because people got pumped up over the Larry Brown thing.
Yes.
People got pumped up over the Rasheed Wallace thing.
Yes.
And then obviously Jalen Duren and Emoni Bates. So it's just been like good news after good news for Memphis basketball fans. It's just the idea, that in the FedEx Forum, one night you're going to go see John Morant and Jaren Jackson in that group, and then the next night you're going to go see Emoni Bates and Jalen Duren in that group. Is crazy.
Verno, we want to break down the entire Memphis experience because Titus and I, we always like to figure out who wins the offseason. And I think it's indubitably Memphis has won the offseason.
Memphis has won, yeah.
So let's start here with, we talk about Memphis basketball. We group things into new bloods, blue bloods, and true bloods. And I feel like with the Memphis Tigers, I wanted to ask you, Verno, where you think you guys fall. Because I could hear the argument for a blue blood. You have Larry Brown. You have Rasheed Wallace. You have, the past, a great past. A blue blood pass.
Tate loves calling programs that have won 0 national titles blue bloods.
I'm just saying you have blue blood DNA, Verno. So I wanted to ask you first and foremost, who is Memphis? What are they? Are they a new blood? Are they a blue blood? How do you feel about this? Where do you stand?
I mean, I would certainly, if you don't want to call them a blue blood because they're not a Power 5 school, right? I don't know, is Gonzaga? I mean, Memphis made a Final Four in 72, 73. They made a Final Four in 84, 85. They made a Final Four in the 2000. I believe the 90s is the only decade that they haven't made a Final Four. Now, you could say that those banners don't exist, but those teams happen. Those teams happen. And so you've got to, 3 different decades where they have gone to Final Fours. I mean, they've won a lot of basketball games. They've been a very good program for a very long time.
One thing that happened, though, this offseason that I think is being lost in all this now that Larry Brown joined the staff, Rasheed Wallace joined the staff, the 2 recruits, as we know.
Yeah, I love that the recruits are secondary to Larry Brown and Rasheed Wallace.
I mean, Rasheed Wallace was the biggest get. I mean, that is the biggest get. Let's not make no mistake about this. Rasheed Wallace.
Cut the check.
Bonzi Wells coaching in high school. We know he's involved.
Bonzi's close.
We know Bonzi's involved somehow.
Hold on. They are going to live together. That's
true. And they have a podcast together, so it's amazing.
That's true.
Yeah.
Bonzi
That's true. And
together.
in fact, yes, and I have actually petitioned for them to Zebo still has his old house here, which is like a monstrous mansion. And I'm like, there needs to be Rasheed Wallace and Bonzi Wells living in that mansion.
Yes.
Coaching college basketball, and there'd be a full reality show.
Oh
yeah, we need 3-6 Mafia to pop in there too at some point. I mean, that's full Memphis.
What I was gonna say though, what was lost in all this is for a moment in time, we being like those of us that are trying to make content out of nothing.
Yes.
Thought Penny Hardaway might try to take the Magic job. We thought that was a thing that might happen. Penny says, "I'm not interested. I'm staying in Memphis." I kind of scratched my head. I thought if the Magic won him, obviously he should have taken that job, right? And then he's flipped it on its head, and now he's doing all of this in Memphis. So my question, Verno, as a Memphis guy, because I think a lot of the rest of the country looks at Memphis and probably says why? What? I don't get it. What is it? Why are guys like you so passionate about Memphis? All that stuff. What is it? I guess answer that question for people. Why is the city of Memphis, as you said, losing its mind? Why is there an NBA team in Memphis? All those questions that you have to deal with constantly.
Yeah.
Explain it a little bit.
Well, I mean, it's a great city, and it's got Memphis is much, much different than many other cities in that it's got a real soul, a real heritage, a real character to it that is unlike a lot of cities. And so with that comes, kind of the chip on the shoulder, us against the world kind of attitude. There's so many unbelievable things that have started in Memphis or taken place in Memphis over the years. And then basketball-wise, it's an amazing basketball city. It was always a great prep city. And then you have a great college basketball team, as I said. No matter which decade you grew up with, if you grew up in the 70s, you saw a Final Four. If you grew up in the 80s, you saw a Final Four. If you grew up in the 90s, Penny Hardaway was playing for the Memphis Tigers. Yeah. And then in the 2000s, obviously you had the Calipari run there. And so for so many years, they were, I used to say that Tiger basketball was still the thing that cut the deepest, because that was like a family thing. Mm-hmm. There's generations and generations of Memphians that have gone to those games, rooted for those teams for so many years. And so that it's almost impossible if you live in the city for it to not infect you and for you to not care, because there is a true passion, there is a true love, and it's what they talk about. It's just part of the culture here in a way that I think it's not really part of the culture, especially in a lot of bigger cities.
Hey there, thanks for watching Titus and Tate. For the full friend of the program experience, subscribe right below and come join us for all things college basketball. The action is heating up. Come join Titus and Tate.